Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another vlog. And this is going to be vlog number 51 and it is going to be the dreaded reading slump week 2. Yeah, at this point I don't know if I'm in a reading slump, I'm picking really mediocre books, or I'm just really hooked on these Asian dramas, because let me tell you, I've watched about 15 of them completely, and I'm not over exaggerating that number. Monday and Tuesday on my days off, I did not do anything except my laundry and watch these damn shows. And then the fact that I can't do anything while I'm watching them because I have to read the subtitles. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and just like enjoyed TV like this, and I'm a huge TV movie person, so I'm actually really enjoying this, but at the same time I do kind of miss reading, but at the other same time, all of my books I've been reading are just kind of either I have a DNF and I have a lot of 3-star books, and yeah, I don't know. So let's get into this week so far. Today is Thursday. Yeah, I didn't update yesterday because I started a book, but I made it about halfway through, but I didn't finish it. First off though, I am going to officially be DNFing She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd. I can't do this book. I hate it. It's so bad that I can't even hate read it or hate listen to it, which that's bad. Like, when it came to The Cruel Prince, I think was one of the last 1-star books I gave. I managed to finish it because it was just hate reading it. Like, I wanted to know how big of a train wreck that book can be. So this one, I can't even do that. The writing is mediocre and uninteresting. The characters are bland cardboard cutouts where the only personality they have is being cruel and uninteresting. And the narrator's voice acting is so over the top. It's not even funny. It's just irritating. So I can't listen to it, and that's why I say it's so bad for me to DNF an audiobook, for the fact that I can zone them out for the most part. Like, you know, I can hear it in the background where I know what's going on and stuff, but I'm not fully paying attention to it. This one I can't because the voice acting is so bad. It's annoying me. It's made me angry is what it has. So yeah, officially this is my very first DNF of the year. Seeing as it's almost June, it's not too bad, but at the same time I'm kind of mad at it because I was really interested in this one because it's a Sapphic Dorian Gray reimagining, but it's just not interesting and terrible in every way, shape, and form. There is literally not a single positive thing I can say about this book. No, there's really not at all. So yeah, there's that. But I did end up finishing a book. I started it yesterday as an audiobook, though I was listening to it at work because I had stuff that I had to do where I couldn't watch my phone. Yeah, I'm watching TV at work now. That's how bad and into these dramas that I am in now, because I literally sit there while I'm doing everything and I'm just focusing on my phone and just doing everything by like freaking hand memory at this point. But there are some things where I can't actually be staring at my screen, so that's why I put the audiobook on. I did finish it today. This one is such a disappointment to me. I am so mad at this. This is going to be Escaping Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco. This is book 3 in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. Oh my goodness. I'm going with 3 stars. But let me clear this up. It's gonna be a 3-star book, but if this was book 2 in the series, this would have been a solid 4. But as it is where it is in the series, it's a 3-star because all of the progress when it came to plot, writing, characters, relationships, everything that was so amazing with book 2. Book 1 was these are a historical fiction thriller. They're a YA. The first book is Stalking Jack the Ripper, where we follow a character named Audrey Rose, who she's into forensic science, but this takes place in Victorian London, and she studies under her uncle, and he has an assistant named Thomas, and he's a very cocky, you know, I'm the best type of person, everybody loves me type of guy. I really like his character. And the first book takes place during the Jack the Ripper killings, and this is a historical fiction. It has a really cool plot twist. Sadly, I saw where this one's coming because it was spoiled in the actual, like, someone blurbing the book, like talking, you know, giving like, oh, if you like this is like a really good take on it, and it spoiled it for me. But I really liked the characters, and I thought it was a really fun book. When it came to book 2, which is Hunting Prince Dracula, I believe, that one was 5 stars. Book 1 was 4 stars. Book 2 was 5 stars. Book 3 is going to be 3 stars, though. When it came to Hunting Prince Dracula, everything about that book was just fun and amazing. Like I said, the writing got a lot better, because in the first book, the writing was kind of, it was good, but when it came to like Audrey Rose, it keeps talking about how she's such a smart character, she's the smartest person in the room, but when it actually comes to showing her being the smartest person in the room, the girl's kind of dumb, and she makes really stupid choices. But when it came to book 2, we really saw her as a character growing, and with her and Thomas, and their relationship, and like, I really love their relationship. They have one of my favorite relationships, because first and foremost, they are best friends, and he cares about her, he respects her, they have this mutual understanding where they can tell each other the truth about anything, and that's what he keeps telling her, is just be truthful with me, and I won't lie to you. You know, we get the whole, you know, them falling in love type of thing. When it came to book 3, which is the Escaping Houdini, all of that got flushed down the toilet, and it went backwards, and it went backwards really, really bad. With this book, we are following they are on a cruise ship taking them to America, and they are, along with this cruise, there is a traveling circus. This is supposed to be like the very first cruise line that's going to be offering live entertainment. It was a really cool setting with that. I kind of hate the way it was called Escaping Houdini, because he is not really featured in the book all that much. I kept waiting for his part to get bigger and bigger, and it wasn't. Like, I get it, she wanted to drop a name, you know, a well-known historical name as the title, but he could have played a much bigger part to this, and he didn't. It was just very scattered around. But it was fun with that. My biggest thing, like I said, though, is Audrey Rose. She became such a strong character in the second one. You know, she was sure of herself. She was, you know, she fixed all of her dumb decisions from the first book. In this book, all she does is make stupid decisions. The relationship with Thomas went straight down the toilet. We got a really unneeded love triangle. I hated it. I really didn't like the character, because he felt like a creepy version of Thomas, because Thomas is very, you know, that cocky, over the top type of character, but he's very likable. You know how we've all met those people where, you know, they're very sure about themselves, but you like them. The love interest, he's that exact same character, except I found him as a complete creep. I didn't like him. He's just lying, and he grossed me out. He was one of those characters that grossed me out. And then Thomas is my, like, baby. I love that character. I love the character of Thomas so much. He's honestly my favorite character in this whole series. Like, I would just read these series if they were just about him. And then Audrey Rose, like I said, she went back to making really stupid decisions, and I couldn't get what the hell. Like, if this would have been the second book, though, it would have made sense, but it's just everything, even the writing got really uninteresting compared to the second book, which it felt like more like the first book, which would have been a 4-star. So yeah, I was really, really disappointed in this one. Not enough to go 2 stars. Like, it was still a good book. I liked the setting. The other thing is that during the circus and stuff, the big thriller part of this is that girls are getting murdered. Some are going missing. Other people are turning up dead, and it keeps happening during these acts of this circus every night. You know, every night that they perform, something else happens. They're on a cruise line, and people keep showing up to the circus even though people keep dying. They don't stop the circus at any point. Like, it made no damn sense. Like, a lot of this book made no sense, and I was really confused on, like, the plot. Like, it could have been handled a lot better, and it was just really weird to me. Like, yeah, let's, you know, I might die, but let's keep showing up. The murders were cool, though, because this one had a tarot card inspired killings, which was really, really fun. I really enjoyed that. It was just everything else about this just really, really disappointed me. I like the ending. I'm excited to get into the last book, even though the last book is the one I have heard nothing about. I have no idea what to expect from it. Everybody seems to love book 1. They said book 2 was a really good sequel, which I preferred book 2 to book 1. And then 3 was the one a lot of people did say they were kind of disappointed in it, which I 100% agree. But when it comes to the 4th book, I have not heard a single thing about how anybody feels about this, so I'm really curious. I want to finish it. I'm probably going to do that one next month. I'll fit it in wherever I can because I do want to finish the series. But yeah, I had a lot of issues with this one, and like I said, it's just, I don't know if I'm picking mediocre books, and is it the reading slump that's just making me not like what I'm reading? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I will check in with you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. I'm not sure. It depends on how much I get into whatever I'm reading. So take care, and I'll check in with you later. Bye. Hey loves, here with a Friday update. Yeah, I got 2 updates in this week. So still in this kind of weird slump slash drama obsession that I'm in right now. I don't know. I did finish a book today because holy crap, work was insane. I had like no time to even stop. I was lucky I remembered to even like take a break because that's how busy I was. But I did get in an audiobook, and finally I have a good book to talk about. It was a 4.5. It was amazing. I need to get to the last book in the series now because both of the books book 1 and book 2 have been 4.5. They're so close to 5, so I'm really hoping that the last book in the series does top off at 5. And that is going to be Heartforger by Rin Chapeko. This is the 2nd book in the Bone Witch trilogy. I do not know if that's the name of the trilogy, but that's what I'm gonna call it. This is amazing. It's action-packed. I love this series so much. The narrators are amazing. If you are able to enjoy audiobooks, I fully recommend the audiobooks for thee. They are available with Audible if you have a membership, like at all. They're just like, they're available for free. I highly recommend it. The narrator, especially the female narrator, is like, I gotta look up her name because she has one of my favorite like voices of like all time. It's just so amazing and perfect. But with the Bone Witch, we follow a main character named Tia Tia. It's T-E-A, I believe it's Tia. That's just the way even though I hear it, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, and I feel so bad. But Tia, she's a bone witch, which is basically a necromancer. People do have magic and stuff, you know, different types of magic, but necromancy is very frowned upon in there because it is dealing with like the darker arts. But you don't get to choose like who has these powers. You are born with it, and then you find out when either something tragic happens or you grow into your power. Her brother passed away. He was killed in battle, and the grief from that triggered her powers to become known. And she is taken away into a different city where the bone witches are actually more renowned. Like, they could, you know, rise armies of dead and stuff like that, and like bring other people, you know, back from the dead and things. So also the other thing that's really unique in this world is that in her region where she's at, people's hearts are basically they're like in these kind of heart stones, and you can see people's emotions, like the different colors and stuff, they change. So it's really hard for people to kind of keep secrets and stuff. I really love the way that kind of plays into everything. The way the first book, it really surprised me was how it was written, is that we're actually getting, half of the book is in the past, and then the other half of the book is in the present. And that is our main character, Tia. She is recounting what caused her to become exiled. And she has brought in this man who he's a bard, and that's what she keeps calling him, is the bard. And she's telling him her story because she's exiled. She has these incredibly dark powers. She's able to control these creatures that are in this world. Some of them, one of them is like a 3-headed dragon. Some of them look more like toads and stuff like that, but they're like really huge creatures and stuff, and they cause devastation wherever they go. And she's able to actually control them. And he's getting her, the way it's told though with the past and the present is really cool, because it's just her recounting her story. In this book though, we bounce between the past where she is telling him her story and then into the present. I can't pick which point I like more. They were both so good. It's super action packed. I absolutely love Taya. This is a very dark, heavy world, and it's just so well written. I love all of the characters. Like, I am attached to so many of the characters in here. We have a pretty big cast of characters. I love the romance in here. This is one of the few times where we get kind of like a love triangle that we got like multiple love triangles, and I actually really liked all of them. Like, you were attached to so many of these characters. They're so well written. Rin Chipeko is a freaking genius. She is going to become a automatic buy author from me. I want to get into the last book hopefully next month. It is my goal, because I need to know what's going to happen, because the way this book ended, I'm like, what the hell? I need more. But like I said, it's just the way how dark this world is what I'm just absolutely loving about it. And it's harsh, it's brutal, and we see Taya slowly becoming darker, but you understand why. It's such a good balance. Like, you don't know, like, since we see her in the past and we see her in the, in the future present, it's like you understand how she gets there. And it's such a unique storytelling the way it is that way, because you're attached to these characters and then you start finding out like the things that they did, but you already know where they're going to end up. And it's just like this crazy, I can't imagine it working that well. Like, if someone would have told me exactly how the storytelling was told, I would have been really skeptical and like, I don't know how this is going to work. But Rin Chipeko does such an amazing job with the way she balances the back and the forth, and just attaching yourself to these characters, even though you know where they're going because we're already at the end. You're still attached to them, and I'm just so interested to see how they get where they're going. But I absolutely adore Taya. The other thing is the romance in here I really like. It's so well written. I'm attached to the characters. I fully recommend this series. I cannot wait to get into the last book. I'm super excited for it. And also, just such a beautiful cover. These are like some of my favorite covers. They're so simple, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, 4.5. Something about it is just like, I can't give it the 5. It got a little slow in spots where I found myself kind of like, okay, I'm so excited to get back to one point of view, one timeline. But at the same time, it's like, I get really interested into one, and then something really good happens to the next one. And then it's like, okay, well, I want to know what's going to happen. It's like, I kept going back and forth, but it's 4.5. I am really, really positive that the last book is probably going to be a 5-star. And this is one of those series where I know it's probably not going to get a happy ending, and I'm okay with it. So any way this goes, I'm good. I need to get to that last book because it's amazing. So maybe I'm back into my kind of reading, but I don't know. I finally have a non 2 or 3 star book, and I'm very happy for that fact. But yeah, so next book I'm going to read, audiobook. I'm still not picking anything up physically. I don't feel like laying down and just like reading for some reason. And I've even tried reading like fan fiction, because that's usually will help me get into wanting to read again. I absolutely love fan fiction. I've been reading it since I was like 11 years old. So that's usually something that can help me, and I found myself, I can't even focus on fan fiction, which that's how I know I'm like solidly in a actual like sit down reading slump. This is kind of like my first real full year doing audiobooks, and like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm at work and I was busy and I just don't feel like listening to music, that's the only reason I'm listening to the audiobooks, because I think normally I probably wouldn't have even done that, but it's just the fact that being at work, I don't have anything else to do but listen to something while I'm working. So audiobook wise though, I'm either going to read what is it, Golem and the Jinni, or Song of Wraiths and Ruin, I think is the other one. Those are my 2 like last books on my actual TBR, because I'm supposed to be reading Lives of Tao physically and Malice physically, but like I said, I can't get myself to like sit down and like physically read anything. So I will probably be taking 2 punishments next month, and hopefully I can kind of get out of this slumpy weirdness that I'm in right now. I don't know what's going on with my... I do not. But there we go. That's what's what. There's another day. I will try and update tomorrow, maybe. Depends on what I end up listening to and if I even get into that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow at work, so maybe I'll have time to watch my shows. So that all depends on what I'm doing. But yeah, there we go. I will check in with you guys sometime before the end of the week. But bye! Hey loves, here with a Saturday update. Yes, I'm actually updating. Work's been just so crazy busy that I literally cannot do anything but listen to an audiobook. So I've been getting them in, and I started and finished another one today. This one is going to be a 3.5 star. I really wanted to like it. There were certain parts that I absolutely adored, but there were also a lot of parts where I just didn't care for that much. And that is going to be A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. This had so many things that I really liked. We're following 2 main characters, and we do switch point of views. We have Malik, who comes from a poor background. Him and his 2 sisters are traveling to this bigger city to try and find work so they can send it back to, I believe it's his mom and his aunt. One of his sisters gets kidnapped by this mythological kind of creature in this world, and he has to enter these games that are being hosted in this big city because he has to kill the princess. The other point of view is the princess Karina, who she's lost her father, she's lost her sister, and it happens near the beginning, and this isn't a spoiler, it's kind of what sets up the book. Her mother is assassinated as well, and she's trying to find a way to bring her mother back from the dead because she gets this book that has these different spells and stuff in there. And of course their paths cross, and we get the kind of like forbidden romance type of thing going on. I really love the games that were going on. They could have gone a lot more in detail. It would have been a lot better because if you know me, I love anything with like trials and stuff like that, and competitions. The other thing I didn't care for was the romance at all. I did not feel a connection between Malik and Karina at all. It was just, it felt very forced, and it didn't have really all that much build-up for me. I did not care for that, like, at all. Like, the whole time I was just like, I don't want them 2 to be together. The things that I really did like is I loved Malik's character. He was amazing. I was interested the entire time through him. And it's been a while since I've had like in a YA, like a male point of view. But I really, really enjoyed Malik. I loved how much he loved his sisters and everything, and him battling with anxiety and trying to get all of this stuff done, as well as finding out that he has this kind of like power, and he has this power of, it's like storytelling. When he tells stories and stuff, he kind of brings them to life, and it moves around him and stuff. And the way it's written is so amazing. The mythos in here is the other thing I absolutely loved. This was a really cool, fast-paced YA fantasy. I loved the whole world, though, and the different creatures that are in there, and the different things that he has to do, as well as everything else that's kind of going on around, because there's so much. I don't want to spoil anything, because this is like one of those ones that's kind of hard to talk about without spoiling things. The other thing I didn't care for too much was Karina. I did not care for her character, like, at all. I wasn't all that interested in her. She's very self-centered. If you haven't noticed, I don't like self-centered characters. They have to be really, really well written for me to like them, and I keep coming across books where we have these characters that are just, they're not like all that likable or anything, and that's how I found it with her. She is very, very selfish. She is a princess, so I guess it kind of comes with the territory, but she's so naive about everything that's kind of going on around her. Like, she just thinks that her, you know, country, city, whatever, is just the greatest ever, and they can do no wrong. And, you know, we have Malik, though, who comes from the people that are basically being slaves to this. That's the other thing I'm really, really sick of when it comes to romances, is that kind of oppressor-oppressee type of romance. It's rarely done really well with like an understanding and a balance. This didn't have that for me, was a big issue. The other thing is with Malik, his sister was kidnapped, and through all that, like, she's literally like getting threatened to like be killed, and he finds time to fall in love with this girl. Like, dude, come on. I hate those type of storylines. Like, I get it, it's a story, but at the same time, like, you kind of have these other priorities, and he doesn't really even get to know her all that well. I really liked the ending. I do want to read the second book. I want to know what's going to happen with Malik. Like I said, I'm not that interested in Karina, like, at all. Malik is the one that I really fell in love with his character. I want to know where it's going. The way it kind of left off with the kind of cliffhanger, you know, it's a very, one of them could go dark side, one of them could go light. Could they both go dark? Could they both go light? I want to know who's going to go where, what's going to happen. There was some pretty cool side characters going on in here. The other thing though about this, why I really couldn't go above a 3.5, and I didn't feel like it deserved a straight 3, but what brought it down from a 4 was the other thing is that there's so much kind of going on in here. This is another one where the author tried to just do so much, and in the end it didn't really pay off all that much. Like, a lot of the plot could have been taken out and maybe get more into the trials, maybe actually building up the relationship between Malik and Karina, and maybe I would have cared about it. But yeah, there was just too much things that I just didn't care for. But as a whole though, it was really, really fun. It was fast paced. It had a really cool mythos, like I said. I fell in love with Malik. I really, really enjoyed his character. I would recommend this. Okay, so for my next book, I had still like 2 hours left at work once I finished A Song of Wraith and Ruin. I ended up putting on, I needed another book that I knew was going to be like a 5-star. It's just all of these like 3 stars are just not helping the whole book slump. So this book is guaranteed a 5-star from me since it is a reread, and honestly I kind of forgot that I was supposed to be reading it this month. And that's going to be The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. Yes, I have absolutely no doubt it's going to be 5 stars. This is a reread. I'm doing the audiobook. I really enjoyed the audiobook for The Fellowship of the Ring, so I'm just going to keep continuing on with these. I think 2 chapters in. I'm not that far in, but then again, the chapters are super long in here. But I'm already liking it. I really do like, I think his name's Rob Ingalls? That's probably wrong. I don't know. But the narrator, I really like him in here. The way he sings to all of the songs and everything is just wonderful, and the poems. So, yes, I am very excited to finally get into this one. I read, Fellowship in April? Yeah, I believe it was April. Which reminds me is that I filmed my April wrap-up literally at the beginning of the month. And I just realized that I never posted it. I never even edited it. So, I might be doing 2 wrap-ups in a month. It'll be my April and my May that I'll post in June. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what readathons I'm doing in June with this reading slump. I'm not sure I want to, like, commit myself to anything because I don't know how this is going to go because I still feel very slumpy and I'm still hooked on these damn dramas. Yeah, send help. I need help. I need to go to like a drama AA type of meeting because I literally can't stop watching them. It's kind of I don't know. But yeah, audiobooks though is what I'm sticking to, and we're so damn busy at work and I'm just like exhausted and I don't want to sit down and like physically read anything because I have a feeling I'll just fall asleep. Like, I know I'm gonna just fall asleep if I try reading anything, like sitting down to read. I'm gonna drop a book on my face. So yeah, but there we go. There is a quick update. I might update tomorrow. I might wait till Monday. I'm not sure, but this will be the only other thing that I am reading this week, and that's what I'll wrap up my month with. There we go. That's what's what. I'm gonna wrap this up today, and I will check in a day or 2, maybe. I hope. But then there we go. So bye. Hey loves, here with the last update of the week and the last update of the month. Yes, I totally didn't update since the last time I updated. I didn't do anything but watch TV. So yeah, that's another. Still slumpy, I don't know. I did end up starting The Two Towers. This is going, I'm not done with it yet. I will finish it. It'll be the first book that I finish in June. So yes, loving it. I knew it was going to be a 5-star book. It's obviously a 5-star book. I'm doing the audiobook, like I said, but I'm loving it. I really like the narrator for these. He does such a wonderful job with all the poems and the songs and everything. So yeah, loving it. But like I said, it was guaranteed a 5-star. I had no doubt in my mind. So that is going to wrap up this month. I have to get up a TBR for next month. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do a weekly TBR again every Sunday. I really liked doing that, and I'm not super solid on a TBR right now. I'm taking part in the, what is it called? Whatever You Want-a-thon, I think it was. It's like the huge one that's going on with Twitter. It sounded fun, and the prompts are pretty vague that you can kind of get in whatever you want, which I feel with the slump that I'm still kind of in, is the best thing to go about. So with that, and then I have my book bingo, which I will do an update talking about my TBR, and I'll go over those. But I think I'll probably do my TBR jar for the most part. I really just kind of want to read whatever I want to read. But like I said, with the book bingo though, it just kills me because I can't read graphic novels, and I honestly feel like I really want to read some graphic novels. The 2 books though that will be getting carried over into June are going to be my punishment book, which was The Life of Tao. I didn't even crack it open. Like I said, I haven't felt like reading anything physically. I'm hoping to get out of that soon. I have been wanting to pick something up. I think I'm going to pick up a graphic novel first, and that'll get me back into my flow of reading physically. So definitely this one. And then of course, Malice. I want to read this so bad, but it's just the fact that I can't focus when trying to sit down and read. Like I said, I know it's bad when I can't even read fan fiction, because that's usually what'll help me get out of getting out of a physical reading slump is fan fiction, because I love it. I'll read like some that I've read like dozens of times before. But yeah, so these 2 are my carryovers, and then I will be taking 2 punishment prompts, so that'll be 4 physical books that I guarantee have to read. But sorry, the light is totally changing on me. It's earlier in the day than I normally film an update, but I totally forgot to do it yesterday. There we go. That's what's what. That wraps up this month for me. That wraps up this vlog. I hope you had a wonderful month and a wonderful week. I'd love to know what you're currently reading, what readathons you are possibly doing in June. Yeah, it's just the reading slump is killing me. And I think my 1-year anniversary is coming up soon. So yeah. What? But there we go. That's what's what. I hope you guys had a wonderful week though. As always, I'm Bobby. I will drop all my social media links down below. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and I will catch you next week. Happy reading. Bye.